Something else has become very, very clear, which is that many of the people who pretend that they are bodies with God and that God calls them on telephone every morning and so on are also absolute criminals, gangsters, and so on. The election results have shown that very clearly. All these gangsters in Kasok, and Gansok with horse tails and so on, they're just useless, bloody gangsters, criminals, trying to profit from elections and so on. And this election has exposed them big time. I'm hoping that we'll learn the elections, we'll learn the lessons, and begin to put soothsayers where they actually belong. They're nothing but soothsayers, you understand? And those who go to them for medical reasons, for reasons of prosperity and so on, they should begin to think again. The elections have clearly demonstrated that these are just bloody criminals who cannot predict anything. One of them actually said before the elections that if Dr. Bawumia doesn't win the election, she will go back to worshipping her fetish idols and so on. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see
who's that.
Akrada. Yes.
But didn't you see on Sunday?
With the NDC flag. But she had said
somebody sent the video to me.
She had said before the elections that God had told her that Bawumia was going to win hands down. And that if Bawumia did not win hands down, she would abandon Christianity and go back to her traditional religious worship. Then on Sunday, she's waving NDC flags all over the place.
But she's giving a reason.
Which is?
She said that her advice to Dr. Bawumia is that he should wear all white. And that on the election day, he saw Bawumia wearing a white top but with a black trouser. so that's what spoiled the thing. They didn't listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then there was another guy who came up and said that, look, God has spoken to him. He believes in God. God doesn't make mistakes and so on. And was so sure that if Dr. Bawumia didn't win, he should be burnt with his church. I hope he's bought the petrol and the matches. He says that he was so sure that he spoke to God. And some of these people, it is not because they are lying. I mean, some of them may have what is called high fever. Generally, it could be a medical problem, high fever. They are seeing things that don't exist. They are hearing sounds that don't exist and so on. And I think we should pity them and arrange for them to see medical practitioners immediately. Some of them have high fever. Some of them actually are mentally deranged. Some of them, I mean, hallucination. They are hallucinating and so on. What worries me is that our politicians take them so seriously and spend too much time following them and kneeling before them for them to put dirty water on their heads. It worries me. And it's even becoming more worrying after the elections. Because listen to all the leading politicians about how this victory is a victory from God and how, this one is beyond us and so on. Master, this is a country in crisis. A country in very deep political, social, and economic crisis. And if you're going to explain our current condition on the basis of mystery, we're not going anywhere.
We can't discount beliefs. Me sitting here.
I am not saying that don't believe what you want to believe.
Yes.
Right now, the inflation rate cannot be explained by mysticism.
But we know what we can explain it. We know why.
Please. Yeah. The reason why the price of KK has moved from 50 pesos to 5 cedis cannot be explained simply by mysticism and so on. So let our leaders get out of this stupid cage of mysticism. Let us begin to examine the problems based on empirical evidence and sensible analysis of the problem. Because you frighten me. They are frightening me. This God thing is so frightening.
Kwesi,
how do we get out of this situation?
Kwesi,
by praying?
Kwesi, my belief.
Master, You think that we'll get out of this situation by praying? Look around the world. Countries which are not considered to be religious, look at the progress they are making. They don't have the inflation problems that we have. And our leaders, instead of sitting down, putting on their thinking caps, applying their gumption and so on, are appealing to mysticism.
But is that not very unfair to the process? Because one,
yes,
we see these politicians
yes,
sit down, put together experts, write down policies, show the roadmap to how they are going to deal with those policies, diagnose the problems we have, proffer solutions. None of them puts a Bible quotation there or a Quran quotation there.
But even that one, Randy, you're wrong.
I'm not talking about Ken Ofriata. You know,
what has he got to do with this?
That's where he was going to.
How do you know
every line you put a quotation there.
Mischief.
So let's put that aside. He wasn't part of this election, although people say he was a part. He wasn't a part. Now,
mischief.
Now, all the things you say should be done. People have done that. In terms of election strategies, going out there, boots on the ground, doing the hard campaigning and everything, all the things that must be done, they've done it. I've not seen anybody who has folded their arms somewhere and have gone to sit in a church hall or a mosque to say that I will not do the thinking, I will not do the analysis, I will not look for strategies, I will not do the hard work. I am sitting in my temple. God will give me victory.
Randy, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something from my own experience. And Richard, I know you know. Look, I've been active in elections in this country, very, very active in elections in this country, at least from 1992 up to about 2008.
Nobody can doubt that.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, I've slowed down now, but I used to be very active in the past. And Randy, I am telling you from the bottom of my heart that most of the politicians, the manifestos they present and so on, means nothing to them. They don't care about them. That is not what they think brings them victory. Why? Burying white cows alive. White cows. If I lie, you tell me. It's
I've not buried any before.
I'm not saying that you have.
But we've heard all these
But
things.
you know, burying white cows alive is what gives them hope and strength. You understand? I mean,
it's the belief systems across
no
everybody.
problem.
I'm a
I'm not
Christian.
saying that don't have a belief system, but I'm saying that that's the reality. You understand? In one of the elections, a friend of mine who was working for one of the political parties actually came to me and said, "What? That there are some Malams, you know, they're not even in Ghana. One of them was in Mali, one of them was in Burkina Faso, and so on. And that they are going to see the strongest of them, and that guy could actually levitate. Yeah? And he had predicted victory for them. They lost Porto. In spite of the levitation and all that, they lost Porto. You understand? So if you're with them, if you're close to them, when they start moving towards mysticism and so on, you know that it's real and they feel deeply about it. And I think it's important for us to begin to warn them that we are not going to take this Randy, what word should I use? Silly, it's silly. This silly thing about recourse to mysticism. Because if you do that, you can then not apply any empirical basis for analyzing your condition of social deprivation and economic hardship.
Okay, because I disagree with you.
I have no problem.
Yeah, I disagree with you. Because me, sitting here, if I use myself as an example,
Yeah.
my intro, I have the same intro.
Yes.
I've used the same intro 20 years.
Yes.
The same intro.
Yes.
My belief and confidence and reliance in God is 1 billion%.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop me
Randy,
From thinking.
or it shouldn't stop me from
Randy,
yes.
I'm not saying that don't believe in
So
God.
I say when I
Who am I
say
to tell anybody
when
not
I
to believe in
attribute things to God, when I thank God,
I think the question is
can I finish?
whether the people are even attributing to God or to human beings. Because this time around, you
No,
hear...
because you mentioned God. That is why... Because you mentioned God. That is why I said that.
But you know that there isn't just one God.
Okay, me, I know the Almighty God, Jehovah. I know that.
And that's what I know too.
But there are other religions, which are also religions, who believe in a multiplicity of gods.
Okay, I don't deal with
But there are even religions who do not believe in God, religions who do not believe in God, and so on. Now, for me, what is important is that we are operating what is supposed to be a secular constitution.
Yes.
So when our leaders retreat into their personal religious beliefs and so on, it's worrying.
No, but are they doing that? My question is that, are they doing that at the detriment of thinking or strategizing, of doing the right things?
Yes.
No.
Yes. We will not be where we are today. Hold on. We will not be where we are today. A bankrupt nation.
Yes.
If our leaders were doing empirical analysis.
Yes.
If our leaders were trying to understand the problem in its true form and so on, we will not be where we are today.
But we are
where we are today because of this stupidity of thinking that once you come and say that, look, God gave it to me, everybody will think that God gave it to me.
No, but that one is about using. That one is about using God as an excuse.
But that's what they are doing.
Hold on. That's about using God as an excuse.
Yeah.
I don't think that we are where we are because our leaders decided to rely on God. That's not it. We are where we are because our leaders decided to be criminally minded. Decided that their level of greed will be unbridled.
Well, first of all,
they decided.
First of all, the statement you attribute to me is not correct. I'm not saying that our leaders took us here because they decided to rely on God.
If I may understand,
in fact, most of
the usage of our leaders is successive.
Can I finish?
Right.
Can I finish?
Administrations, right.
In fact,
I want to understand the context.
That most of the people who do God, in real practice do not believe even in God.
True.
They are charlatans.
True.
They use God as a small screen in order to deceive the population.
I agree.
And to carry out mischief.
I agree.
To do damage to the national economy.
I agree. I mean, they use the name of God to scam everybody. So
they are scammers. They are complete scammers.
They take advantage of our beliefs.
Because they think that we are stupid.
Yeah, they take advantage of our beliefs and they use the name of God. I mean, people who can even scam God, use his name and scam him. How much more?
They are all scammers, Master. They are all scammers. They don't believe anything. Don't believe them when they say that they believe.
Go and look for a Bible which is taller than you, and that will make people know that you are religious.
Is he there?